What up, y'all? This your boy Sherry Speaks. Before I get anything started, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the Millaboy Gaming for gaming and live streaming and so forth. And so in tonight's episode of The Flash, Cause and Excess, we pretty much learn, well, Nora learns exactly what Barry learned back in season 3 when Jake Garrick sat Barry down and told him about the consequences of time traveling, which was every time you fix a timeline, yeah, you may have fixed it, but there's always going to be things that get caught up in, the ruckus of it, so to speak. And so with that being said, we constantly saw the members of Team Flash being killed by cicadas dagger time and time again. First it was Iris, then it was Ralph, then it was Cisco, and then it was Caitlin, and then it was even Cecile, even if they just sat there and waited. And the funny thing about this episode was that when Barry, when Nora looked at the clock, it was 8:07 p.m. It was the same time that it is if we're here for where I live. I always thought that was pretty strange and very funny. So I thought that was pretty cool. Another thing I liked what they did this episode is when they finally figured out how to stop all the members of Team Flash from dying is when pretty much when Cisco when Nora sitting in the pipeline being down and distressed, and Cisco's talking with her, and they made a few 80s references. One in particular, Electric Boogaloo, Breaking Electric Boogaloo. Nora's a pretty big fan of that movie. I love the movie myself. Then also Cisco shares a bit of gems with her, saying, "Look, I just want you to know." I vibed, being killed by having a vibrating hand through my chest by Eobard Thawne. And he kind of rang true to Nora because he kind of made her raise her head up. And so they realized that they already know all the moves, so all I have to do is just to find a way so then that way, when those same sequences happen, they can counteract them and make sure Sid gets stabbed with his own dagger. As if that's never happened before. But it worked in this instance because Nora was able to actually, there were two breaches open. One, Nora jumped through one of the breaches closest to the other one, and she was able to actually push Cicada forward enough where then the dagger can actually hit and impale Cicada. So now way pretty much Cicada would be impaled by his own dagger, pretty much getting in the very um, direction of where the dagger was going to go into. I think it was pretty ingenious in my opinion, and I really enjoyed that. So when Barry comes back from completing the cure under an hour, well, actually in an hour, because initially Cisco's cure would take 30 days, and Barry was able to knock it down to just an hour, while going into the Speed Force, so then that way the tachyons from the Speed Force can act as a catalyst for the cure to manifest. So that was actually pretty ingenious, and so that's where I referenced the Jay Garrick mentor scene that he gave the speech that he gave to Barry back in season 3 about the timeline and the consequences of doing so because Nora went back in time 52 times, and I thought that was a bit of a reference to the comic book series, the New 52. So I really look forward to seeing what happens in the next episode, Fins versus Fangs, Gorilla Grodd versus King Shark. This has been your boy Chair Speaks, peace and love.